Greetings. Greetings, honored traveler. I am Jaren, Lord of Lut Gholein, and I bid you welcome to my fair port city. I am glad to know that once again, caravans are free to travel through the Western Pass. For some time now, we have been under siege by an evil power that I cannot identify. Strange, it all began when a dark wanderer came this way, looking for the tomb of Tal Rasha. No one knows exactly where Tal Rasha, keeper of Baal, is entombed, but it is certain to be far out in the desert. Now my people whisper tales of the dead rising from their tombs, and horrible creatures lurking amongst the moonlit dunes. Even I have witnessed things which I cannot explain. I've ordered the port closed and all trade ships moored until I am sure that my city is safe. Atma, the tavern keeper, has an important mission for you. Go see her immediately. You'll find her on the other side of town. Now I must return to the palace. I apologize, but I can't invite you in. Things are rather a mess right now. Good day.
We can use the waypoint system to go back to the previous act and just re-kill things if we feel like it. No limitations on that.
Halt! You may not pass. Good day.
So you're the gamble man.
I bet you wonder how this town managed. Greetings.
You're the hire the new guy man. Combat, defensive, defensive, combat, combat, defensive, defensive, combat, combat, combat. What does that mean? Near here. Might be able to use some of it on the new guy.
I've heard that you are good day.
You're the mage trader, right?
I know much about the ancient. Greetings.
Smith. $51, $48, $44, $47, $45, $45, $50, $41. So definitely 40 plus if we want to ever use these. And these aren't amazingly good or anything, but I can see myself using something like this from to the end of the game. Somewhere around defense value 100. Pitcher belt. Requires 45 strength, even a belt. Jesus Christ. Right. Weapons don't matter. We'll take what we can get.
How do I like it? Welcome to my shop.
You sell shitty potions.
Yes.
You have nothing.
Hello. I don't expect this of you, but if you want to help me, I would be grateful. In the sewers below our city, there lurks a horrid creature that hungers for human flesh. The creature has killed many, including my son and my husband. If you destroy it, I will reward you. Please, be careful though. That beast has taken enough from us already. The sewer entrance is through the trapdoor, just up the street.
Go into the sewers.
Good day.
Giglash. Don't know anything. Okay.
Greetings. Good to see you.
Seems to be 2 places we can go. Sewers level 1. Well, really 1 place. Burning Dead. Sand Raider. New enemy types. Familiar skeletons, some kind of a poison gas mummies, and desert raiders. We're not really even hitting with our melee weapon anymore. So it's not just... we basically will never be able to kill anything with our melee later on. So we'll have to build with that in mind. Don't focus on melee damage. It's nice to have, but it's probably one of the least important things we can focus on. So strength only serves as access to equipment. Same with dexterity. Mana has to be our most important attribute. Life is nice and we want some of it, but it has to be mana. Ghostly Sand Raider. And I forgot to buy the mercenary. Nifty. Plus 30 to defense versus missiles. That's a shitty rune on its own, so definitely only valuable as part of our rune word. Yeah, the mana requirements are getting higher and higher. Now we can't just cast and forget about it. We don't have time to replenish our mana with just waiting. We either need better mana recovery equipment or we need to drastically increase our pool. Maybe a mix of both. But the current situation is not enough. At the same time, we can't avoid not using potions. No one can. Even the sorceress that has a much higher mana recovery cannot avoid using potions, so... With Act 1, when we really had no need to even support our summoned creatures, then it was okay. Here, not so much. And that's the other exit. Sewers level 2. I should have checked the waypoint system before entering here. Doesn't matter too much, but I would have known how... If there's a waypoint here, this is probably at least 3 levels deep. If not, this is probably just 2 levels deep. Not that it really matters, but it's foolish to not take the free intelligence the game provides you with. Bane White, Fire Enchantment. Dried Corpse. So, level 2 waypoint. 3 levels at the minimum.
Good to see you.
Hello.
Plus 7 to life. I need to hire the mercenary first. See what type of equipment they use.
Yes, citizen.
Combat, defensive, combat, 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 combat. I'll take the combat version. Durga. No, Mira. Mira uses up whole arm. Has decent resistance as right from the start.
I'll put that to good use. I can't use that.
Cannot use a shield, so what they have here is the only thing they can use. That's either a spear or a polearm. I'm not quite sure which one. I'm not sure if it matters. Gonna have to buy something for him. Well, a bow would have a fast attack speed, so does the spear. Problem is, I'm not sure if it applies to NPCs. I mean, these are the attack speeds and values I'll have if I use this. Yeah, very fast attack speed on Sky. I'm not sure if is it class specific or what. Maybe it's just certain weapons have certain speeds. I don't know. Some of the swords are slow for me. Nah, that seems odd, because swords tend to have strength and dexterity requirements, so they would be fast in general. At the same time, I do see a lot of very fast swords too, so maybe it's just the Valkyans that are slow. Hardly matters. I'll give him a boost. It's 600. Oh, 700 for plus 3 maximum damage. I don't know, what value stats does he have? Dexterity 47. We could give him a spitting. I'll give him a boosh.
I'll put that to good use.
Well, he can at least use pole arms. How about some basic armor? We always find new armor pieces. I don't think I want to buy an armor. He'll do fine until that point. Or not, and die horribly. Either way, I'm good. I'll probably reach level 17 from this. I'd very much like to reach the all-important level 18. With that, our character more or less is gonna be what it is for a long time. At that point, we'll have to start to dropping skill points into some skills, multiple ones. We can't just have one skill point and then ignore a skill at that point. Otherwise, we'll spend probably the next act entirely basically doing nothing, skill-wise. That's no good. You can survive, but it's certainly not going to be fun. And we have to keep in mind, we have the respec. We can always fall back on that. Better to make bad choices than no choices at all. 17. I want the strength to be somewhere around 40 plus, be 45, and maybe we're going to freeze it there. We're not gonna get the heaviest equipment, that's fine, but I'd like to get those scale or chain armors. Boots, belts, that sort of stuff. Cheap topaz. Topaz is increase find magical items. Keys. Jewel, yellow one. Excellent. It's still probably not all that powerful, but probably the first jewel I honestly want to add to an item. Weren't we here to kill someone? Yeah. And there we have it. Radaman. Extra fast, undead. He's not gonna do anything.
Return to dust.
Right click to learn the skill of your choice. Okay.
I am overburdened.
Return to Atma for a reward. And a chest. Rhetoric scroll. Chipped amethyst.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Blessings to you.
And has stolen per hit. 41 dexterity, 41 strength. Nope. Paladin only. Faster block rate, increased chance of blocking, enhanced damage. I suppose blocking can do damage. I don't know. 21 to attack ready. Fire resist. 11% damage taken goes to mana. Level 2 sacrifice. Requirements minus 20%. Plus 1 strength amulet. Plus 3 to life. Poison resist 13%. 23 extra gold for monsters. Only 3 abilities, and the 3 abilities suck ass. Ooh. Right. Fairly disappointed with the loot, but it's not terrible. Just a bit disappointing.
Greeting. They say that the taste of vengeance is bittersweet, but I find it to my liking. In addition to my undying gratitude, I have spoken on your behalf with the rest of the townspeople. The merchants have agreed to show their gratitude by offering their wares and services at lower rates. Oh, Jaren wants to see you too. You'll find him in front of the palace.
Good for him. Show the scroll to Kay. Don't mind if I do. Still, the goal is to reach level 18, and we're like 20% there. So, see if we can murder some more people. I'm actually very glad that I have this poison duration resistance or duration reduction shield here. Everything seems to be poisoned. Except the skeleton. You need an armor, right? That'll need a whole arm too. Right. Here we have an armor. Damaged chainmail. Well, still 54 defense.
I'll put that to good use.
Better than nothing. Better than my armor. We're 1/4 towards level 18. These are the last enemies. Place looks explored at this point, so I don't want to waste the extra experience shrine buff, so I'm going out to kill something, anything, doesn't matter. Slingers. Well, we have to come here anyway at some point, so I suppose we can do some scouting around. We need to secure a new waypoint. 1/3 of our ways done. Basically just trying to find the edges of this current area we are in. And we're done. What's this scroll?
Ah, the lost Herodric scroll. What a fortunate turn of events. As the last living Herodrim, I alone have knowledge of its meaning. Now, to read the Herodric runes it bears. The Herodric mages, after binding Baal within Tal Rasha, magically sealed off his burial chamber from the mortal realm. Those same mages also crafted fearsome Herodric staves, and imbued them with the special power to open the chamber's hidden door. After nearly losing one to the thievery of a rogue sorcerer, they divided all the Herodric staves into 2 parts, wooden shaft and metal headpiece, hiding them separately to safeguard them. The Herodrim foresaw our current plight and designed the hiding places to reveal themselves to worthy heroes like you. Collect both parts of a Herodric staff and unite them using a Herodric cube. Then you may enter Tal Rasha's burial chamber.
Yeah, the Herodric cube is the item that we can use to combine other things to... Still, we were supposed to... Okay. Search the halls of the dead under the dry hills for the cube. Search the maggot lair under the far oasis for the shaft. Search the claw viper temple for the headpiece. We needed to talk to the lord of this place. There he is.
I have heard of your many deeds of skill and bravery. I feel I can trust you with something I have been hesitant to speak of. Drognin and I have concluded that the Dark Wanderer who passed through here recently was Diablo himself. Drognin believes that Diablo is searching the desert for the secret tomb where the great Herodric mage Tal Rasha keeps Baal imprisoned. You must find Diablo and put an end to the terrible evil that has fallen upon our city. Drognin is wise and is sure to have some helpful advice for you as to how Tal Rasha's tomb may be found. It may take you quite some time to find the tomb. May you be ready when you do.
Find Tal Rasha's tomb, so that's the final objective. Okay. Where is next waypoint? Dry Hills, so we need to find the Dry Hills waypoint. Not Rocky Waste. However, we might as well clear this anyway. Hopefully it's enough to get us very close, if not to level 18. Stony Tomb. Probably just an extra place. Still. Why not? Guarantees our leveling up. Holy shit, Lightning Enchanted. That is bad. That's death to melee. Mole, +3 Raven. Yeah. Yeah, nothing really survives that amount of electricity. Stony Tomb level 2. Lightning enchanted sons of bitches. Casters. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Cold enchanted, lightning enchanted son of a bitch. Almost killed me. So, resistances. Defense value might be unimportant for our purposes, but resistance certainly isn't. We need to up that. So fairly small area with a bonus chest. Still, we're past halfway to level 18. Eldrune. Bonus damage versus undead, slower stamina drain, increased chance of blocking. Well, that's something, I guess. More importantly, it's a rune I didn't have. Strong cold enchantment. Well, technically we don't have the space. Amethyst, attack rating, strength and defense. I don't see why I would ever use this shit. It's just I'm attack rating is only useful for physical attack guys. Defense we don't care, and strength bonus is nice, I suppose, access to new gear and all, but I doubt we'll make gear specifically to access another piece of gear. I can see that being a theoretical option if the new gear would provide strength bonus. So we need to artificially raise our strength to get access to new gear, put it on, then it can support itself. But that's a pretty slim edge case. Or narrow edge case, not something you want to specifically hoard and plan for. You'll deal with it if you come to it.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
I have to make a portal here. Weapon racks. Jawbone cap. Fork helm. Well, potential loot at least. There are class specific items though.
Hello.
Good evening.
Poison resist. Magic damage reduce. No, I'll take the faster cast rate, thanks. Better health. Better defense. Energy, lightning resist, fire resist. Poison length reduced. This is pretty perfect for what we have to do here. Should I wear it? I think so, because Spirit Wolf, while fine, is something we're gonna switch away from. This does have resistances. That's what we need. Wonder if someone sells those helmets. Class specific gear. Werebear +1, +3 to Raven, 2 sockets. Werebear is not something we use, Raven is terrible, and socketed, well, it's probably worthless. Tip done. Miss something? No. That said, we haven't explored the desert area. The goal was to reach the next waypoint.
I can't carry anymore.
Hill Rune. We'll have to check the rune words at this point. There's not going to be a huge amount of them because our level is limited. Since we're limited to normal difficulty, we'll never reach. I doubt we'll ever reach level 40, for example. It's 30 plus something at the end of the expansion. So any recipe that requires levels higher than, well, anything higher than 30 or higher, we can just ignore. That should still give us a decent amount of recipes, but more importantly it allows us to ditch and ignore certain type of rooms. Maybe combine them to, for more fitting room ones, but we don't have to store them, there's no point. Right. Wonder how the switch between the wolves and the dire wolves happens. I mean, are they one or the other, or can I just keep increasing the amount of crap and followers I have? There's going to be a limit. Very close to level 18. I want to reach it.
Hello.
Crap. 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 And self-repairing belts. Right. We're going to have to go after the Horaker Cube. Like, really go after it. Otherwise, yeah, running out of space real fast. We can create quite a few combinations already. We have 2 a certain type of runes, multiple ones of one specific type of runes. We can get 3, we can start combining them, but we're not doing that until I know what we can use. Even if we can't use them now, that hardly matters. I mean, the current state item that we are storing doesn't seem all that interesting. I'm more than willing to just sell it away. It has to be some sort of an area transition site. Okay, looks like this could be it. Right, Tri-Hills. That's where the waypoint is. However, I'd like to explore this a little bit better. That should give us level 18. We need about 9,000 experience points. We have 335 power. And this would lead to the city. So, at least we covered the edges of this area. Probably killed most of the creatures inside, so no huge loss if we don't kill all of them. Resist poison. Okay, I guess we got most of it. $5,000. Couple of enemy groups and that should be it. We'll have to kill more people just to find the waypoint. Ooh, minions. Excellent. Multiple shots. So, all important level up. Now we need this waypoint. Well, maybe not all. I'd like to test our abilities. Direwolf. We can summon one. Heart of Wolverine. It increases the odd what? Spirit pet that adds to the damage and attack rating of you and your party. So more of an offensive bow buff. Probably useful because no one is dying now, but we're having trouble killing things. So 1 point there. And Twister. Seriously? This is the ability that when I looked at it, I thought to myself, what the fuck is this shit? So it has a stun of 0.4 seconds, which is nothing basically. Damage of 6 to 8 with a mana cost of 7, so I can turn my mana into damage. That is a terrible trade. However, I suppose in a desperate situation where I have to keep the opponent from doing something, I could basically keep just shooting this, because if it gets stunned, it won't be able to do something. Just spam this. Right, something like that. I'll have to test this. It seems like it's a terrible ability, but you never know. Right, it is a terrible ability. It doesn't do anything. It's more of a slight disruption ability than a kill ability. And I frankly don't see the point. It's a must-have ability to take, but why would I spend more points on that? I just don't get it. Okay, Direwolf. Lost all Spirit Wolves. Yeah, I don't think that's a good trade at the moment. So it's one or the other. Spirit Wolves are not good though, so I do want to make the trade, but not for a single one of these. It has damage of 6 to 10, 100 life. This has damage of 7 to 12, 100, 170 points of life. So one Direwolf is closer to 2 Spirit Wolves. And every point we put here will get plus 50%, well, we'll get more life. Point is, I think until we get like 3 Direwolves, we're better off with the Spirit Wolves. But I do want to change the Oak Sage to the Heart of the Wolverine. That seems like a reasonable change. So, attack focused. Two extra points. I'm hoping the Direwolf will open up after we get the next level up, so we can spend more than 1 point per level in it. I think it's currently in. We can only put a single point in a skill on the level we unlock. Spirit and the Direwolves just aren't any good. Not now. I'll take numbers over quality. Still, we could use the attribute points. I think I'll start investing more in strength for now, because I'd like to reach the 40 something 45 level fairly quickly and then freeze it there. We haven't really had any use for our life health buffer for a while. That does not mean that's not gonna change, so I do need to keep pushing points there too, although it sort of seems like something you don't have to do at this point. But if we get 5 points per level, it's too late if we at a later time, especially with the lower frequency of level ups. We have to make the choices now to survive later on. I suppose it's a convenience thing. While mana is our primary focus, we can still use potions to recover that. Same with health, but it will work much better if we have somewhat of a healthy buffer of health to work with. So every time we start taking damage, we don't have to use the health potion just to stay alive. It's probably not a good way to try to find a waypoint. At the same time, yeah, there's some kind of staircase going to another section of the map. I'll check it out. It could be that the waypoint is there. Still, fairly smooth landing on the new act. Nothing too dangerous here. We could devote more into attack abilities. Certainly not on the air side. Those abilities are just god awful. Halls of the Dead. That's where the first Horadric. That's where the Horadric cube is. I'm not going for it now. I just want to wait for it. It's good that we located that. It'll make reaching it very simple the next time. This is a new map. Yeah, Far Oasis. Like, Hulk Helm, yellow. Ethereal Maze, you can keep it. +2 to summon Spirit Wolf, +1 to Oak Sage, +2 to Firestorm. All abilities I'm not using or I'm trying not to use, and the rest doesn't really matter. But still, class specific item piece that actually provides quite a lot of bonuses to skills. Too bad the skills are worthless to me at the moment, but probably the best class specific item I've seen so far though, so nice. It's not like it's a total waste to get bonuses to Spirit Wolf. It will translate to the other summons as attack and defense bonuses. It shouldn't be this hard. Just want to find the waypoint. Hardish. Well, I suppose I could just run through the desert, not fight.
It is an honor to serve.
But that sort of seems like a not too smart thing to do. I'll take the money. Item wasn't bad. We could have gone with it. There it is. So, good timing. It's closer to level 20 than when we can start taking advantage of direwolves. I hope I can put more points here immediately, but maybe not. If not, I suppose I'll start putting points in Fisher. That's the one I'm using the most. The volcano doesn't seem too good. The tornado seems okay. It does 3 to 4 times the damage it costs mana. So it's potentially useful. However, based on this Twister spell, I'm not holding out too much hope on that. The Twisters move too erratically. There's a good chance you're not hitting the target you're trying to hit. So that's quite a big negative on an attack spell. Volcano, on the other hand, I don't understand how this works. The damage and fire damage seems very low. At the same time, I mean, it's pretty much lower than the boulder damage, and that doesn't make sense. It's definitely lower than the Fisher, so it's very expensive too. So I don't know. It just looks like I might not be able to rely on those. So
Yes?
if that turns out that's not the case, we can always respec the character. Extra damage and +1 mana after each skill. One of those whoop-de-doo items. If you're gonna need mana, you're gonna need a fair amount of it. +1 per kill isn't gonna do much. I don't think I want to do anything with these. I might even say the rejuvenation potions. I mean, we know where the Hall of Dead is, so we know where the Paradric Cube is. Which means we can live a little bit longer without limited inventory. No problem. I want to see if there's a gamble offering.
Good evening.
I suppose we're still looking for the gloves. Although, do I really care? Not really. What do I care about? Frankly, everything sort of is okay. We might get better, simply because we're at a much higher level now, so the enchantments could be stronger. But that's pretty much it. Light-plated boots. I don't even know if I have strength to wear those, so no thanks. That does remind me. You sell suckier equipment. Once upon a time, I think there was a guarantee that one of these items that appear here is somehow very valuable. they patched that out of the game naturally. But that was fun time. If you had enough money to buy everything, just buy it. Guaranteed to get something. I mean something really good, not this type of rare item. What does this do? This is for lightning resist and half freeze duration. Cold resist, poison resist, light radius, dexterity, attack rating, 5% chance to cast level 3 Frost Nova when struck. I don't like this. This isn't terrible, but at least a half freeze duration is excellent. I mean truly excellent ability. There are some items that allow you to ignore the freezing entirely, but that's something like... We're talking about a unique item or maybe a set item of some sort, not this regular crap. Suppose we could go for the boots. Fire resistance is all this item has. Better armor class, faster hit recovery, attack rating, fire resistance, so it's basically the same pair of boots but with faster hit recovery and more defense value, so direct upgrade. What else? I suppose I'll buy a pair of gloves, a couple of pairs in fact. Leave it at that. Could go for a better build, I suppose. I'll leave myself with about 110,000 gold. Yellow items is something that you can regularly wear. I don't... The better chance of getting magical items doesn't affect this. But still, yellow is fairly common. Anything better than that, and I think that's a... You're starting to be making a desperation move at that point. It's something you can't count on getting. Buying a handful of armors and you're very likely to get something yellow. Okay, ending it here. It's an okay situation, and next time we'll get Horadric Cube, which allows us to do some kind of a tidying up on the stash. I'll also check up on the runes, so I can limit to the few that we know that we might be able to take advantage of.